we are going to kick off this video by talking about how to get yourself set up as a freelancer. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you that are returning subscribers, you know that I am a freelance project manager. I operate specifically outside of IR35. This brings me perfectly onto my first step. Before you determine whether you want to freelance or not, if you have decided that, yes, this is the route for me, I want to freelance, the first thing you need to do is determine whether you want to freelance inside or outside of IR35. Well, this is really important because it will determine how much tax you pay and it will determine how much money that you bring home, essentially. And you know, we all want to make money out here, okay? That's why I operate outside. So I'm a little bit biased, okay, to outside. That's just my thing. But regardless, there are still benefits to inside anyway. So regardless, there's benefits to both. Once you've made your decision, it's really important that you know what you're doing because there are some key things that you need to do within each route. So if you operate outside, for example, then you need to get yourself set up with a limited company. If you operate inside, then you'll need to potentially use an umbrella company. You know, the company that you're using, don't put you on their own payroll system, then you need to go through an umbrella company to get paid. So let's start specifically with outside IR35, okay? So if that is the route that you have decided and you would like to operate as a genuine business, then there are some steps that you need to take. So one of the key things you want to do is, you know, determine what company name you want to have. That's the type of fun part of it. What you want to call yourself. And this would be the name that you register with as well when you register with Companies House. Now that is specifically for those of you guys that are in the UK. I'm not sure how it works for the US, but if you go to the website that I link in the description, it's a .gov.uk website. It will give you some really key steps that you need to take, and not every step will apply to you necessarily, but regardless, read through it as it will give you a really good foundational knowledge. So as mentioned, one of the most important things you need to do for the outside IR35ers out here is get yourself registered with Companies House. So that's your company name. You want to get that registered. The reason why that is so important is because legally in the UK, in order to be recognized as a business, you need to legally have your company registered with Companies House. For the outside IR35ers is get yourself a chartered accountant. Now this is so important. A chartered accountant will sort out all of your taxes for you, so you don't have to worry about any of that. The main tax that you'll pay as a limited company is your corporation tax, and you'll likely pay yourself in dividends, but this might sound a bit overwhelming for some of you guys. This is why you need a chartered accountant to sort out all of your taxes for you. I had someone asking me about being a permanent employee and also freelancer on the side and how much taxes they'll have to pay. I have no idea. That's what a chartered accountant is for. They will deal with all of that. So pay a good chartered accountant to deal with all of the taxes for you, and you just focus on what you need to do, and that's being the best project manager that you can be. The next step is set yourself up a business bank account. I am talking specifically from experience, okay? I'm talking about the things as well that I didn't do straight away. I didn't get a chartered accountant straight away. I thought, yeah, I can do it myself. Do not do that. Do not think that you are an accountant all of a sudden, okay? Get yourself a chartered accountant. But anyway, setting up a business account. This is important for a number of reasons. You have your personal account, but you need your business account. So when you get paid into your business account, you need to transfer your dividends into your personal account. Also, when your accountant is sorting out your taxes, it will make it a lot more easier for your accountant because sending him your business account details, he'll be able to work out your income and expenses using one business account. Some recruiters will only represent you as a candidate if you have a business account, especially if you're outside of IR35. It will just show that you are operating as a genuine business. Then they'll put you forward for those clients that they have on their books that are looking for a freelancer who can legally work outside IR35. Now, for those of you that don't want to go through any of that stuff that I mentioned and inside IR35 is your preference, then you are either going to get paid via the company directly, or you're going to have to sort out your own payroll, which is usually done through an umbrella company. So what normally happens is when I look for roles and I see, okay, this role is inside IR35, what they do sometimes say when they advertise the role, recruiters, for example, they would say, okay, this is inside IR35 via an umbrella company. So that will show you, okay, I'm going to get paid by an umbrella company. The company's payroll system isn't going to pay me. So you'll need to then source your own umbrella company, which is really simple, just a simple Google search. Now, on to the fun part, and that's the day rate, so the money. Ideally, you need to start researching the going day rate in your sector. So go onto Google and type in freelance project manager in construction or digital or gaming, whatever it is, to get a good idea of what the going day rate is. Once you've determined your day rate, stick to it, okay? So most companies can be quite flexible, so always bear that in mind. If sometimes the companies, advertising a day rate at a lower day rate, a lot of companies can be flexible in that sense. So don't always be put off if it is a lower day rate. Please also bear in mind that sometimes on occasions, you may need to accept a lower day rate, especially if you're a newbie and you're starting off on freelancing, just to gain some of those experiences that you need in order to start charging those higher day rates. So when I first got into freelancing and I was moving from print production to digital, I took a contract that was much lower than the average going day rate, and I would never do that again. But I did do that in order to gain the experience that I needed to start charging those higher day rates. So sometimes you've got to be quite strategic when making decisions, especially when you know it's going to benefit you financially in the long run. Then you want to start flooding the market, as I like to say. Get your CV out there, make sure it's up to date, make sure that you've highlighted those transferable skills. I personally like to use LinkedIn when I'm looking for roles. I have built up relationships with different recruiters, and that has really helped me to gain clients over the years, okay? And then I've established a relationship with those clients, and then they've usually wanted me to come back. It's always really beneficial to start off using recruiters, as they have a huge list of clients that you can benefit from, essentially. So you really want to make use of recruiters. LinkedIn is the best place to link in with those people. I personally haven't used sites such as Fiverr. I think there's a few other ones. My intention is to have a look on those sites at some point. I have heard different things. I've heard that the kind of going rate that people are charging is really as much lower than your average. So I'm not too sure, but who knows, maybe it'll work for you. My intention is at some point to have a look at that. Thank you so much for clicking onto my video. If you liked it and you found it added value to you, then hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and drop me a comment, and I'll be happy to get back to you. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.